So I've just been on the East Midlands Airport website and had a look at the flight departures, because there's a calendar where you can put the date that you're travelling, or perhaps a family member of yours or a friend is travelling, and you can check how many flights are going that particular day, or even to track your own flight. So I've just been on there and I've counted 13 flights going prior to mine to Tenerife. And there were 4 flights to Tenerife as well that morning. 1 with Ryanair, 2 with Jet2, and 1 with TUI. So there's a flight to Tenerife at like 5:45 in the morning. There's another one at 9 with Jet2. There's another one at 10 with Jet2. And then there's the 12:10 to Tenerife with TUI. So there's 4 in total. So in theory, I could technically have turned up to East Midlands, gone to the Jet2 desk and said, well, I know I'm going with TUI on this flight, but can I go with Jet2 and get there earlier? In other words, just go flight only, right? And then in that way, but then I'd be saying, but the problem is my case has got a Marella Cruises tag on it, which is TUI. So it'd been no good going on that plane, even though they probably would say to me, you can go with Jet2 if you want, and you'll be out there earlier. Because what I'll have to, I mean, that is possible, because I know Susan Kelman, when she did her TV series of her cruise, she actually went on Marella Explorer 2, which is a TUI ship, but she flew out to the ship, to Dubrovnik, with a Jet2 aircraft. She went on a Jet2 flight. So how that worked, I don't know. She obviously didn't book a package. So if you book a package deal, you may as well go as a package deal, right? But the other issue you've got is you could say, oh yeah, I'll go with Jet2 on their flight and go out to Tenerife, or go out such and such a place where the ship is. But what if that Jet2 flight's delayed? You see, because you go with TUI, the ship isn't going to go anywhere, is it? It's not going to depart, because it's going to know, the staff on board, the captain particularly, a lot of the crew on board are going to think, well, hang on a second, we can't go yet because there's a flight due in from East Midlands in the UK. And there's passengers on there that are going on this ship. So we can't depart. We can delay our departure time, but we can't leave the port, because once they get on board, they've got to then go through the muster drill, which is watching it in your cabin and then obviously going and getting your card scanned. But I've just had a look at East Midlands out of curiosity anyway, and there are 13 flights going that morning from 5:45 right the way up until my flight just after 12 o'clock. Hello to Christopher, hello to Leland. So that's what you've got to think about. When you book a holiday, it's always best to book it as a package deal, because then in that way, you've got your flights included, you've got your accommodation included if it's in a hotel, or in this case, a cruise. So you've got your ship, you've got your drinks package, you've got your meals. The only difference you have to pay for extra is your specialty restaurants, and also any excursions you do. And if you want spa treatments and anything else that's extra, you have to pay for it. So I'm still going with TUI, but I just thought I'd have a look on the East Midlands Airport website just to see what the situation was regarding how many flights were going. So there's 13 going in total. So there's at least 7 Jet2 flights. There's, I think, 2 or 3 TUIs. I think there's 2 TUIs actually. There's 7 Jet2s, 2 TUIs, 2 Ryanairs, and an Aer Lingus flight going that morning. So it's going to be pretty busy, particularly between 5:45 and 9. That's when most of the flights go. Then there's a bit of a gap between 9 o'clock and 10. And then obviously the next one, I think, is 11:15. There's one at 12, and then it's 12:10 to go to Tenerife. So between 5:30-ish and 9, that's when most of the flights will have gone. So you're looking at a good 10 or 11 flights that will have gone in that first 3 hours. So that's the equivalent of 2 flights every 20 minutes or something like that, or 2 flights every half an hour. So, which is basically like 1 flight every 15 minutes. So it is busy, and it is, and a lot of it's to holiday places like Alicante, to Malaga, Fuerteventura, but obviously Tenerife's on there 4 times. So, and obviously if the flight does change, I'm sure, like anybody else, you would get an email that would say, well, your flight time has altered. so try and get to the airport a bit sooner. But I don't have to worry about that because I'm staying overnight at the airport hotel anyway, one of the closest to the terminal, the Leonardo. There's a Holiday Inn, there's a Premier Inn, there's a Travelodge, and there's also a Radisson hotel, and of course there's the Leonardo hotel as well. So which was basically once the Jury's Inn. It was called the Jury's Inn before. It's now called the Leonardo Hotel. So it's a group of hotels basically. So that's one of the closest on-site hotels to the terminal. The next one down is a bit down the road. Hello to you, Panda. So it'll be nice for me to go and have a stay overnight because it gets me into the frame of mind, and obviously I can relax. I'm not at home. I'm obviously going to be in the room. I'm going to be able to have a cup of tea in the room. I'm going to chill out and basically get prepared for going to Tenerife for the cruise. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. Now, obviously, I haven't announced the date yet of when this cruise series is starting. Well, I can assure you, it's very close. It's very close. Yes, a cruise. I've done several. So if you subscribe to my channel at CarlSmith25, you will see quite a lot of playlists on my channel of cruises that I've done. I've been from Dubrovnik, I've been from Malaga, I've been from Mallorca, I've been from Cyprus, and this one's from Tenerife. I've never been to the Canary Islands, so Tenerife's going to be interesting. I'm not going to see much of it though, because the only bit of Tenerife I'm going to see is perhaps the bit coming into land, because I'll see Mount Teide, which is a volcano. I'll obviously see Tenerife South Airport, and I'm obviously going to be seeing things from the road as we're travelling from Tenerife South up to Santa Cruz, which is the capital. The rest of the island, I'm not going to see it, which is Los Cristianos and Playa de las Americas. I'm not going to see any of Tenerife apart from that one side of the island from the airport all the way up the coast, which is a motorway all the way up to Santa Cruz. So I'm only going to be seeing the right-hand side of the island. All the rest, I won't see it. From the air, yes, coming into land, I'll see it, but I won't see it to actually go and walk around and explore places. So I won't be able to sightsee in Tenerife because I'm literally going to get off the plane, get into the airport, passport will be stamped, get my luggage, which will probably take time, then get the coach to the port, read the leaflet, which is the information about what to expect on board and how to do the check-in. And then I'm going to be boarding the ship, and the ship's going to be docked until about 11 o'clock when it's going to leave Tenerife behind, and we're heading for Spain, which is 2 days at sea. So that's my couple of hours of Tenerife. I'm not going to literally be able to go off and say, oh, I'm going to have a couple of hours in Santa Cruz and go for a beer or something. I've got to stay on the ship. You've been to Tenerife and Lanzarote. Okay. A future series, I'm sure I will have a holiday out there. Because Jet2 operate lots of flights from East Midlands, and I'm sure they go from Manchester and Birmingham as well. So I'm sure at some point I could get a 3 or 4 night stay and go and have a stint in Tenerife and just see what it's like. And just go there for a little holiday, So I'm glad you've been. It's nice to meet someone that has. But yes, cruises are fantastic. I'm not scared of water in that sense. I'm not scared of the ship sinking. Some people are like, oh, I'll never get me on a cruise, it'll sink. At the end of the day, technology is so advanced now, and that's why they do these lifeboat drills, muster drills, to ensure that if anything did happen, at least everybody would be off the ship if the worst case scenario occurred. But very rarely happens. So, and at the end of the day, it's nice to go to sleep in one port and wake up somewhere else. It's fantastic. And even if you've got a day or two at sea, that's also fantastic because it gives you a chance to look around the ship, get acquainted with all the bars and restaurants, get to meet some of the crew, you get to watch loads of shows and game shows and quizzes. There's always things going on. There's a mini golf, the ship's shops are open, so you can go and explore those. You can go and sit in a bar. You can have a relaxing in your cabin. You can have a sleep. It's your holiday. You make it how you want. And at the end of the day, you always meet people anyway, and I always do. And you can eat when you want as well. So, hello to you. So this channel's dealing with cruising, travelling and sightseeing. That's what I'm talking about. So I've got a cruise coming up very soon. So there'll be plenty more updates to come. So please subscribe to my channel at CarlSmith25. I'm obviously going to be doing some live streams when I'm away. I'm also going to make sure that my video footage that I do becomes episodes. I've done a couple of those this last few days with the Huzu series and also Dimmingsdale. Yes, I am. So I'm doing it. My channel is dealing with traveling, cruising and sightseeing. So please subscribe. I'd like to get up to 1,000 subscribers. I'm well on the way to that. So please help me get there. I've probably got about 140-ish subscribers to go to get to 1,000. I'd love to get there by the time we go on the cruise. It'll be amazing to get there. So please help me get there. View my videos, like and comment on them as well. Tell your friends about the channel. So any advice you need on cruising, traveling or sightseeing, anything at all, ask me in the comments, in the chat like this, and I can answer your questions. Obviously keep it to what the subject's about. What cruise am I going to? I'm doing Tenerife to Cyprus. So it's classed as a repositioning cruise. So you start from one port and then you end up in another one. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm well experienced on cruises. I love meeting people. I'm going on my own. So anyone else that's going on a cruise or on this one with very soon, give me a shout out. If you see me filming, if wherever you are in the world and I'm there, please give me a shout out. Say I watch your videos or I like your channel. It's nice to meet viewers of the channel. So get yourself on the footage. By all means, comment. So keep the support coming. So as I've said, please subscribe at Carlsmith25. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.